July 26, 1975. Madison Cadillac, Memphis, Tennessee, 2:17 p.m. A black limousine pulls into the lot. The engine cuts. The door opens. Elvis Presley steps out. The salesman freezes. His name is Howard Massey, 48 years old, 22 years selling cars. He's never seen Elvis up close. Now Elvis walks toward him, black sunglasses, white jumpsuit, gold belt buckle, red scarf around his neck. Howard's hands shake. He tries to speak. Can't. Elvis smiles. How many cars you got on this lot? Howard looks around. Counts mentally. 14, sir. 14 Cadillacs. Elvis nods. I'll take them all. What happens in the next 16 minutes will change everything. Howard thought he knew about wealth, generosity, and what it means to be human. Here is the story. The lot sits on Union Avenue, 2 blocks from Graceland. Howard has worked here since 1953. Every day the same. Morning coffee, unlock the showroom, wait for customers. Most days, he sells nothing. Good days, 1 car, great days, 2, but 14 cars in one afternoon? Impossible. Elvis stands in the center of the lot, sun beating down, temperature 94 degrees, humidity thick. He looks at each car, one by one. Red Eldorado convertible, black Coupe de Ville, white Fleetwood, blue sedan de Ville. His eyes move slowly, methodical, focused. Howard follows 2 steps behind. Nervous, sweating, not from the heat. Elvis stops at a gold Eldorado. He runs his hand along the hood. Smooth. Cool, despite the sun. How much for this one? Howard checks his clipboard. $12,147, Mr. Presley. Elvis doesn't flinch. And that red one over there? $11,995s? The white convertible? $13,200? Elvis nods after each price. Writing nothing down, remembering everything. He walks to the next row, 6 more cars. He asks the price of each. Howard answers, voice shaking, hands trembling, clipboard almost slipping. After the last car, Elvis turns, add them up. Howard's pen moves across paper, numbers blur. He adds twice, 3 times. Total comes to $174,632. He shows Elvis. Elvis looks at the number, doesn't blink. Quick thought, have you ever wanted to do something generous but couldn't because money held you back? Drop a comment. Elvis reaches into his jacket, pulls out a checkbook, gold pen. He writes. The pen moves smooth, confident. He tears the check, hands it to Howard. Howard looks down. $174,632, made out to Madison Cadillac, signed Elvis Presley. Howard's vision blurs. The check feels heavy, impossibly heavy. Mr. Presley, I don't know what to say. Elvis puts his hand on Howard's shoulder. Don't say anything yet. There's more. Howard looks up. More? What could be more? Elvis gestures to the cars. I need you to do something for me. Anything, Mr. Presley. I need you to help me give these away. Howard's mind stops. Give them away? All 14? To who? Elvis smiles. To people who need them. Let me tell you about Howard Massey. Born April 3rd, 1927. Tupelo, Mississippi. Same town as Elvis. But Howard's family had nothing. Father worked in a mill. Mother took in laundry. 7 children in a 2-room house. Howard left school at 14, worked odd jobs, saved everything. Moved to Memphis in 1950, got a job washing cars, worked up to salesman, married in 1952, wife named Dorothy, 3 daughters, Susan, Mary, Patricia. They lived in a small house, Binghamton neighborhood, East Memphis. Every dollar mattered. Every sale meant food on the table. Clothes for the girls, medicine when someone got sick. Howard was good at his job, honest, hard-working, never pushy. Customers trusted him. But lately sales had been slow, economy struggling, gas prices high, people weren't buying luxury cars. July 1975 had been his worst month in years. 3 cars sold. His commission barely covered rent. Dorothy had taken a job at a grocery store. The girls wore hand-me-downs. Howard felt like a failure. 48 years old, still struggling. Still barely making it. Then Elvis walked onto his lot, and Howard's understanding of generosity changed forever. Elvis pulls a small notebook from his pocket. He's written names, 12 names. People, he says. People who need help. He reads the first name. Minnie Lee Person. My grandmother's nurse. She's taken care of Minnie May for 8 years. Drives a 1962 Chevrolet. Barely runs. She needs something reliable. Howard listens, writing notes. Elvis continues. Second name. Sam Thompson. My head of security. Been with me 3 years. Loyal, dependable. Never asked for anything. He's getting the El Dorado. Third name? Dr. George Nicopolis. My physician, Dr. Nick. He's saved my life more times than I can count. Fourth name? Billy Smith. My cousin. We grew up together. Graceland Gate Guard now. Works night shift. His car died last month. Fifth name? Marty Lacker. One of my guys since 1960. Memphis Mafia. Good man. Great father. Needs something nice for his family. Elvis keeps reading. Name after name, each with a story, each with a reason. Howard writes everything down, his hand cramping, heart pounding. He's never seen anything like this, never even imagined it. After the 12th name, Elvis stops. That leaves 2 cars. Howard looks up. What about those? Elvis points at Howard. One's for you. Howard's pen drops. It hits the pavement, bounces, rolls. For me? Elvis nods. You work hard, don't you? Howard can't speak, can't breathe. Yes, sir, he finally whispers. You got a family? 3 daughters, Howard says. Wife works 2 jobs now. Times are tough. Elvis puts both hands on Howard's shoulders. Not anymore. Pick whichever car you want, it's yours. Howard's eyes fill with tears. 43 years later, his daughter Susan still remembers the day her father came home in a brand-new Cadillac. White Coupe de Ville, leather interior, power everything, air conditioning. He pulled into the driveway. She was 16. Playing in the yard with her sisters. They heard the engine, looked up, saw the car, white, shining, beautiful. Their father stepped out, crying, actually crying. They'd never seen him cry, not when his mother died, not when money got tight. Never. But that day, he wept. He gathered them in his arms, all 3 daughters, his wife Dorothy. Elvis Presley just gave me this car, no strings attached, just gave it to me. Dorothy didn't believe him, thought he was joking, or had gone crazy. Or had done something illegal. But Howard showed her the paperwork. Title in his name, paid in full, gift from Elvis Aaron Presley. That night they drove around Memphis, all 5 of them, windows down, radio playing. The girls screamed with joy. Dorothy held Howard's hand. He couldn't stop smiling. For the first time in years, he felt like he'd made it, like everything would be okay. But that wasn't the end of the story. The 13th car. Elvis had a special plan. The next morning, July 27th, 8 a.m., Howard arrives at the lot. Elvis is already there, sitting in a red Eldorado convertible, top down, waiting. Howard parks, walks over. Good morning, Mr. Presley. Elvis grins. Get in. We're going for a drive. They pull out onto Union Avenue, head south, through Memphis, past downtown, into neighborhoods Howard doesn't know, poor neighborhoods. Run-down houses, unpaved streets, kids playing in yards. Elvis drives slowly, looking, searching. Then he sees it. A woman walking, about 60 years old, carrying grocery bags, one in each hand, heavy bags. She's limping. Elvis pulls over, stops right beside her. The woman looks up, startled, confused. Elvis steps out. "Ma'am, can I help you with those bags?" The woman's eyes widen. Recognition. Shock. "Mr. Presley?" Elvis smiles. "That's right. Where you headed?" She points down the street. 3 blocks. "This heat's killing me." Elvis takes both bags, light as feathers to him. "Let me give you a ride." "Oh, I couldn't possibly." "I insist." He helps her into the El Dorado. Howard watching from the passenger seat. Silent. Amazed. They drive 3 blocks. The woman directs them. Right here. Small house. Peeling paint. Sagging porch. Elvis parks. Carries her bags to the door. She thanks him. Over and over. "God bless you, Mr. Presley." Elvis turns back to the car, but stops. Turns around. "Ma'am, what's your name?" "Gladys Miller." "Mrs. Miller, how do you get around usually?" "Bus, mostly." "Sometimes I walk. Can't afford a car." Elvis nods. He walks back to her, hands her the keys to the El Dorado. "This is yours now." Mrs. Miller's face goes blank. "What? This car? It's yours. I can't accept this." "Yes, you can. But why?" "Because you need it, and I can help. That's enough reason." Mrs. Miller collapses onto her porch steps, sobbing, uncontrollably. Howard rushes over, helps her. She clutches the keys, looking at them, looking at Elvis, looking at the car. "How will I ever repay you?" Elvis kneels beside her. "Just pay it forward, ma'am. Help someone else when you can. That's all I ask." They left her there, sitting on her porch, staring at her new car, red El Dorado, $13,200, given to a stranger, someone Elvis had never met, would never see again. Howard didn't speak the whole ride back. Couldn't. His understanding of wealth had shattered, of power, of what money could do, should do. He'd sold cars for 22 years, seen millionaires, seen celebrities, seen people with more money than sense. None of them did this. None of them gave like Elvis. Not even close. The story spread fast. By evening, every radio station in Memphis knew. Elvis bought 14 Cadillacs, gave them all away. Papers ran the story. Wire services picked it up. National news by morning. But the national news missed something. They missed what it meant. They focused on the price tag, $174,632. That's what made headlines. The amount, the extravagance. But they missed the human element. The nurse who cried when she got her car. The security guard who could finally afford to take his kids on vacation. The doctor who'd never expected anything in return for his care. The cousin who felt valued for the first time. And Gladys Miller, who rode that red El Dorado until 1989. 14 years. Never sold it, never traded it, maintained it like a treasure. When she died in 1991, age 78, her will specified the car should be donated. To a single-mother shelter, to be raffled for fundraising. The raffle raised $47,000, enough to house 23 women and children for 6 months. Elvis's generosity still multiplying. 16 years after his death, Howard Massey never forgot July 26, 1975. He kept that white Coupe de Ville until his own death, May 12, 1998, 73 years old. He'd driven it every single day. Rain or shine, 532,000 miles on the odometer. More than most cars see in 3 lifetimes. His daughters inherited it. They couldn't bring themselves to sell. It sits in Susan's garage now. Covered, preserved, still runs perfectly. In 2015, they were offered $89,000 for it by a collector who wanted it for the Elvis connection. They refused. Some things aren't for sale. Some things matter more than money. Howard told the story hundreds of times, to friends, to family, to strangers at dinner parties, to journalists who called. He never changed a detail, never exaggerated, never needed to. The truth was extraordinary enough. He always ended the same way. Elvis didn't just give me a car, he gave me faith in humanity. He showed me what it means to have power and use it right. The sales commission from that day was $5,238. Howard's biggest single commission ever. He didn't spend a penny of it. Put it all in savings, for his daughter's education. Susan became a teacher. Mary became a nurse. Patricia became a social worker. 3 daughters dedicated to helping others. All inspired by one afternoon, one act of generosity, one man who understood that wealth means nothing if you keep it to yourself. In 2017, Madison Cadillac closed. After 64 years in business, the building was demolished. A shopping center stands there now. But before the demolition, they saved one thing: a plaque. Installed by Howard in 1976. Bronze. Simple. It read, "On this lot, July 26, 1975, Elvis Presley showed the world what generosity truly means. 14 cars, 14 changed lives." Countless ripple effects, never forgotten. That plaque now hangs in the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum. Visitors see it every day. Most walk past. Some stop, read, ask questions, learn the story. Those who learn never forget, because it's not a story about cars. It's not a story about money. It's a story about seeing people, really seeing them, their needs, their struggles, their humanity, and responding not with pity, not with condescension, but with dignified, unconditional generosity. Elvis gave away an estimated $8 million worth of cars during his lifetime, Cadillacs mostly, sometimes Lincolns, sometimes Mercedes. He bought cars for maids, for waitresses, for fans he'd just met, for people whose names he never learned. He did it constantly, compulsively, joyfully. Critics called it reckless, irresponsible, a symptom of his problems. But those critics never met Gladys Miller, never saw her face light up, never heard her prayers of gratitude. Never watched her help others with the freedom that Carr gave her. They never met Howard Massey, never saw a man's dignity restored, never understood what it meant to a struggling father to provide something beautiful for his family. They saw numbers. Elvis saw people. That's the difference between having money and understanding wealth. Quick thought. Have you ever received unexpected kindness that changed your perspective on life? Drop a comment and share your story. Today, if you search for Elvis Presley generosity, you'll find hundreds of stories. Documented, verified, witnessed. Not legends, not myths, facts. He paid hospital bills for strangers, bought houses for employees, funded entire charities anonymously, gave his last dollar to whoever needed it. And he did it all quietly. No cameras, no publicity stunts, no tax write-offs, just pure, simple generosity. The kind that comes from understanding struggle, from remembering poverty, from never forgetting where you came from. Elvis grew up in a 2-room house in Tupelo, Mississippi. His family had nothing. He knew hunger. He knew eviction. He knew what it meant to need help. And when he finally had everything, he never forgot those who had nothing. That's what made July 26, 1975 so significant. Not the amount, not the headlines, the humanity, the reminder that we're all connected, that those with abundance have a responsibility, not a legal one, Not even a moral one, necessarily, but a human one. To see suffering and respond, to see need and help, to use what you have to lift others up. Howard Massey understood that. After that day, he changed how he sold cars. He stopped seeing dollar signs, started seeing people, their dreams, their needs, their stories. He became known as the kindest salesman in Memphis, not the most aggressive, not the highest earner, the kindest. And his customers loved him for it. They came back year after year. Not just to buy cars, to see Howard, to talk, to remember that business could be human, that transactions could be relationships, that selling something didn't mean taking from someone. Elvis taught him that, in one afternoon, with 14 cars, and one extraordinary example. The white Coupe de Ville in Susan's garage has a plaque inside, added by Howard in 1995, 20 years after receiving it. The plaque says, "Gift from Elvis Presley, July 26, 1975. A reminder that generosity isn't about what you give, it's about what you inspire. Susan reads that plaque sometimes, when she's having a hard day, when the world feels cold, when she doubts human goodness. She sits in the driver's seat, her father's seat, Elvis's gift, and she remembers. There was a man once who had everything and gave it away, not for glory, not for recognition, not for anything except the joy of giving. That man changed her father, who changed her. Who changes her students, who will change the world, one small act at a time. That's the real legacy of July 26, 1975. Not 14 cars, infinite ripples, spreading outward, generation after generation, touch after touch, life after changed life. And unfortunately, they don't make men like Elvis Presley anymore.